Tonight is a very exciting event, and that is for members of 1199 who has children, or that actually 1199 Welfare Fund has sponsored and supported them financially towards their nursing completion. And I'm here tonight. Basically, we'll be speaking on behalf of BMCC to some extent, but more so because of the historical event that actually occurred with 1199 and myself. 43 years ago, and yes, I said 43 years ago, I graduated from high school and was one of 45 recipients of the Joseph Starber Scholarship from the 1199 National Benefit Fund. The scholarship award was a tremendous help and assistance to me with expenses while I attended Bronx Community College as a student nurse. I vividly remember the scholarship award ceremony over the years as it was one of the highlights of my life. Because at that ceremony, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke and recognized me and all of the winners that evening. What an event that was. Interestingly enough, at 17 years of age, I'm not telling my age, I don't think I truly understood the historical significance of that event. Someone recently asked me, what do you remember about that night? Do you remember anything? Well, I remember that I shook the hand of Dr. Martin Luther King that night. I was further honored when my picture appeared on the cover of the July 1967 issue of the 1199 magazine. I must say that my mother still has that magazine after all these years. And it's a blessing to have my mother, Miss Mavis Mulgrave, with us tonight. The Joseph Starber Scholarship Program is a wonderful program offering scholarship to children of eligible 1199 members who are attending accredited undergraduate programs and giving each student a jump start in a successful future. Upon completion of my associate degree in nursing and passing the state board, I went to work full-time and enrolled part-time in a baccalaureate program. I recognized very early in my career that a professional career in nursing required lifelong learning. Over the years, I went on to complete a master's degree in nursing, a postmaster's certificate as a family nurse practitioner, and one of my professional roles that I'm awfully very proud of is that of my service as a reserve officer in the United States Army Nurse Corps. Today, I'm living out my passion for teaching as a professor of nursing and chairperson of the Department of Nursing at the Borough of Manhattan Community College. BMCC is committed and supports the partnership with the 1199 Training and Employment Fund. I will often offer words of encouragement and support to our students. As I attend many of the orientation sessions, I visit in the classrooms, I can say some of my students are here tonight, and I even have small chats in the hallway with a small group of students or meet with them individually. But my words are always one, to motivate them, to let them know that I too walked in their shoes. The 1199 fund or union is they're very supportive of their members. Whereas, in terms of the benefits and certainly looking for, the best possible working environment for them, as well as for their offering opportunities for their children, such as scholarships to further education. Just as you stood on the shoulders of those who came before you, you should commit yourself to continuing the legacy and offer your shoulders as well. I found out this year that students, unbeknownst to me, may have been following in my path with the same or even more support from 1199. I don't know that there was a special nursing student, I did not know that there was a special nursing student in our program that shared something very much in common with me. As a matter of fact, I presented her with an award at our graduation nursing pinning ceremony last December. I present to you Ms. Esther Bowen, RN.
Well, I pursue a career in nursing because since at a young age, I always wanted to be a nurse. So the courses I take, even in high school, was towards nursing. It was science courses. And then after my mother gave us the opportunity to come to America, so I expand my education here in nursing.
While in my nursing clinicals at BMCC, I was introduced to Professor Jacqueline Nichols. When I learned that she had also received an 1199 Joseph Tabor Scholarship, I could hardly believe it. In addition to chairing the nursing program at my school, Professor Nichols taught a class called Nursing for Today and Tomorrow, which helped us prepare for our future, learning more about the profession, writing resumes, cover letters, etc. Whenever I saw her, she would encourage me saying, "Don't worry, you will pass the boards." At my pinning ceremony, Professor Nichols gave me the award for intelligence, humor, and caring.
Well, my mother told me about two schools, BMCC and CDDEC, and I did apply to BMCC and I got through. In order for me to stay motivated, I said that I have to do it. I'm never going to give up. And I just continued studying. It was hectic though, staying up late nights, trying to study, pass exams. It was a bit hectic, but I got through it.
As a teenager, newly here from Trinidad, I was supported not only with financial assistance from the 1199 funds, but with study skills, test-taking workshop, academic support, and help when applying for college. Beyond the actual money that 1199 awarded me, the support that I received showed that the union and the 1199 funds believed in me. I graduated from the BMCC Nursing program in December of 2009 and passed my licensing exam shortly after. I am currently working per diem at Staten Island University Hospital as a nurse extern on the med-surg unit. I love what I do, helping patients when they need it the most. The fast pace, the critical thinking, the action. I am also excited to announce that they have just offered me a permanent position in med-surg starting next week. But the real heroine of my story is my mom, Janet Bowen. It is my honor to introduce her and to recognize all of the other 1199 moms who have done so much to care for others and to care for their own families.
To begin with, for me, nursing is something that I've always loved as a teenager. And what happened is that I was able to take a trip here to the United States, and I worked with a Dr. Sharp and his wife. And when I went into the hospital, which was University Hospital in Maryland, and I saw the beauty of the area, I said to myself, you know what, I want to become a nurse. So I went back to Trinidad, which I'm originally from, and then I pursued a course in nursing. I then became the most outstanding nursing student there and was called to go to England. But because my kids were very small, I had to turn the opportunity down. So years later, when they were like about 4 years old and they were able to do lots of things for themselves, I came back to America and I got sponsored by another doctor. And then I started from the basics, where I did like a CNA course, and I realized I love people, but this is not the level I want to be at in nursing. Then I went back and I took a patient care technician course and realized this is still not the level I wanted. I wanted to be able to do more to be able to reach people. So then I went to City Tech. After City Tech, I did the entrance test, and then the scores to get in, the GPA to get into the program went higher. So I had to wait out a semester, and while I was waiting, my name was submitted to the Hostels Community College by 1199 person, and I got called, but at first I didn't know why Hostels Community were calling me all the time. And then one day I asked, I said, why are you calling me? And they said, you have all our prerequisites to enter the nursing program. And I asked, what do I have to do again? And he said, nothing, you're okay. Then I went, I got my transcript transferred from City Tech to Hostels. And the next week, I found out it was the first ever evening RN scholarship program.
While Esther started her prerequisite, I started at Hostels Community College in the first evening RN program that was offered. Sometimes it was very hard working during the day, going to school at night, pulling doubles on the weekends, while having a family to look after. I did not get much sleep in those days. Having a mother and daughter both in nursing school in the same home, there was friendly competition between us. Sometimes I explained things to Esther, and sometimes she explained things to me.
We can
Because we were doing like different courses at different times. So like when we were doing Med-Surg 1, she was doing different topics. And when I was doing Med-Surg 1, I was doing different topics. So when we were doing that, I would ask her, okay, maybe last 2 weeks you did so and so, was there anything? So she would share information with me. And if what I was doing, I would share information with her. So we were doing like a vice versa. What I did in Med-Surg 1, she did in Med-Surg 2. Yeah. And what she did in Med-Surg 1, I did in Med-Surg 2.
Yeah, so it was interchanging.
Right. So I was saying like study this and study that, so she was doing the same thing to me. I work at Kingsbrook Jewish Medical Center, and I was just offered a position in the David Minkin Rehabilitation Center, which is also called Rutland Road Nursing Home as a registered nurse. And I was told the orientation is due to start in July this year.
My advice to others is if you have a dream or goal, do not give up. Pray, believe, and stay around positive people. If you believe you can do it, you will. Thank you. And